Have you ever wondered how many kids we had pass away from neighborhood story deaths? Have you wondered how many birthday parties we had? Have you wondered how many evil children we had in the 100 baby challenge? I'm gonna answer all of those questions and more in this video. So, hi, hey, hello, my name is Sarah and welcome to a 100 baby challenge bonus video. The challenge is over, but I've got a whole lot of things that I want to share with you just to wrap the challenge up with a nice little bow and set us up for the next generation of the Platt family. Some really basic statistics that I've got for you are, I mean, obviously we had 100 babies, right? But how many boys did we have and how many girls did we have? So we had 48 boys in this challenge. We had 52 girls in this challenge. For a really, really long time, it was like neck and neck for how many boys and girls we were having. But then during Jess's matriarchy, we had that stretch where we had like 7 girls in a row. And that really changed things and put the girls ahead in the numbers. So with that being said, how many single babies did we have? How many twins did we have? And how many sets of triplets did we have? Well, you already know the answer to the set of triplets, right? We had 3 sets of triplets. Sarah had 1 set of triplets, Chloe, Dale, and Ariella, who became vampires in a spin-off. We then had 2 sets of triplets that Jess had. The very first set of triplets that Jess had were the very first infants of the game. They were Helena, Scarlett, and Jasper. And then the very, very last kids that we had in the 100 baby challenge was the last set of triplets, which were Naomi, Isabel, and Lillian. So then when it comes to twins and single babies, we had 19 single babies, and then we had 36 sets of twins. Interesting. That's a lot of kids, right? Like 100 babies, that's a lot of children. But those 100 babies actually came from 58 pregnancies. We only got pregnant 58 times, but that's a lot. That's a lot of pregnancies. It's a lot that Sarah and Jess went through. I do really quickly want to give a shout out to the amazing doctors of the 100 baby challenge though. They were all pretty iconic in their own ways. So we did have 11 doctors in the 100 baby challenge, and these 11 doctors are the doctors that we had for more than one pregnancy or for a stretch of time. We had them as the doctor for pregnancies. So the very first doctor of the 100 baby challenge, Dr. Seema, who very iconically came to our first Halloween party. Then we had Dr. Reardon. He very famously abandoned us at the hospital. He didn't really abandon us. His shift finished and he left. It's the only birth that we had at home because Dr. Reardon very famously left us. So then after Dr. Reardon, we had Dr. Pollard. And then we had Dr. Mahajan, who very famously was a part of T-Pose Medical. Do you remember when that bug was a thing that was happening and she went into T-Pose? And then Jess kind of bugged out. After Dr. Mahajan, we had Dr. Kazuya, who just happens to be the most dedicated doctor ever because he literally got struck by lightning before coming to deliver our baby. Very iconic. Glad that he didn't die. After Dr. Kazuya, we had Dr. Nakagawa, only for a few episodes, but there were a few pregnancies that Dr. Nakagawa was our doctor for. And then after Dr. Nakagawa, we had Dr. Morita. She became bald. She actually didn't. I just removed the custom content hair that she was wearing. And then after Dr. Morita, we had Dr. Power, who started off being like our doctor late at night. And I thought that maybe she was just going to be one of those random one-offs at the change of shift. But then she kind of hung around. So then after Dr. Power, we had Dr. Shingo, who took my breath away. He was a little bit handsome. So he was the handsome doctor. And then after Dr. Shingo, the very last doctor of the 100 baby challenge was Bitterroot Prine, who was this spellcaster sounding sim. If there was ever a name that was deserving of being a spellcaster, it's Bitterroot Prine. He was not a spellcaster, he was our doctor, and we watched him rise through the ranks. He was firstly the assistant on desk, and then he was the nurse, and then he was our doctor, and it was great to watch him rise through the ranks of the medical career. So a big round of applause for the 11 doctors that we had of the 100 baby challenge, because without them, we wouldn't have had babies to begin with. So to further break down the pregnancies that we had, I've already mentioned how many boys and girls we had, how many pregnancies we had, but how many pregnancies did Jess have and how many pregnancies did Sarah have? Because I did mention in the last episode of the 100 Baby Challenge that Jess carried the 100 Baby Challenge. She had way more pregnancies than Sarah did. So Sarah had 39 children. She had 20 girls and 19 boys, and she was pregnant 25 times. Jess had 61 children. 61? That's a lot of kids, Jess. She was a powerhouse. She had 32 girls, she had 29 boys, and she had 33 pregnancies. But with that being said, let's just take a look back at Sarah for a moment. I do have one very important statistic, and that is Sarah lived for 172 sim days. Pregnancy, it's the fountain of youth, apparently. And as for Jess, I mean, she's still alive. Last I checked though, she was at 185 days. She isn't elder, she will still be living for a few more days yet though, but wow. Let's look at the careers of both of our matriarchs though, because Sarah, she was iconic making videos, making royalties off of her videos, and Jess, absolutely iconic writing her books and earning royalties from writing books, and then a little bit of stealing on the side, absolutely iconic. But they both achieved a little bit of stardom, and along with that little bit of stardom, they were both nominated for awards. Sarah was nominated for an award, but then I completely freaking forgot about it, and so we didn't attend the ceremony, but I 100% believe that Sarah would have won that award if we had gone. Jess, though, she was nominated for 4 awards over her career, and she actually won 3, and I believe that she would have won that 4th one, but that was the award ceremony that glitched out, and all of a sudden this comedy club took over the awards ceremony, and it completely derailed and bugged out the awards ceremony. But I believe Jess would have won 4, but 3 wins is still absolutely amazing. Speaking of Jess and her career though, she actually wrote 34 books, 34 different horror themed books, starting off with children's books and then working our way up to these horror themed screenplays that were actually based off of real life horror movies or horror books that we have, and adapting the titles. I have to thank you guys for some incredible requests for book titles that you gave me, because they were really fun, but then I also had a lot of fun myself coming up with little twists on iconic titles that we already have in real life and adapting them into The Sims 4. So then, because Jess writes books, right, we all know that once she wrote a book, she would then go and steal a little something that was like her treat for writing a book. She would go and steal stuff. Well, how many items did Jess end up stealing? Because she obviously stole 34 items, right? Because we would steal one thing after each book that we published. But then when Jess became an elder, she retired from writing books and she just went ham on stealing. So Jess ended up stealing 41 items total. So you might then be wondering, how much money did Jess make from stealing all of these items? I was pretty surprised that this amount wasn't higher, considering she stole a lot of things from the art gallery. That being said, it is a base game art gallery, and a lot of the items that we stole from that art gallery were only around the $400 mark, so it's not like we were stealing lots of super expensive stuff. But Jess did actually make 32,372 simoleons from stealing. Let's take a look at woohooing though, because throughout this gameplay so much changed. It was 5 years of real life, and in that 5 years so much changed within this gameplay, and we had new ways to woohoo be introduced into the game. So I specifically actually explored 4 different ways to woohoo during this challenge. The most commonly used woohoo option was the bed, because it's easy, right? So we actually had 33 woohoos in the bed. This does include woohoos that were not for pregnancy. These were recreational woohoos, like when Sarah and Dan woohooed at Winterfest right back at the beginning of the challenge, when Dan moved in and he became an elder and they had a woohoo, and I thought Dan was gonna die, but he didn't. And then of course Jess consummating her marriage with Keanu Reeves. They were all bed woohoos. They were all included in that statistic. So then the next most commonly used method for woohooing was the shower. Sarah spent a lot of time woohooing in that shower, and it means that we actually had 29 woohoos in the shower. So then, of course, the third option, Jess, I tried to introduce the hot tub woohoos. We did have a few, not many though, because it was just a little bit of a trek to be out at the hot tub and then walking back into the house to the toilet. So we did only have 12 woohoos in the hot tub. And then there's one more woohoo type that I used in this challenge. We used it literally once. Jess was asked on a date by Harry Styles before we got pregnant with his baby, and I'd already been planned on getting pregnant with his baby at that point. So he took us on a date to the ruins in Windenburg, and there was a bush. So the only bush woohoo that we had was with Harry Styles, only one. Pretty iconic. Let's talk about some celebrations though, holidays and birthday parties. We actually celebrated 11 Winterfests in the game. Of the 11 Winterfests that we had in the game, 5 of them actually happened around Christmas time in real life. We had a similar thing with New Year's where we had 11 New Year's celebrations. I actually gauged this statistic by how many New Year's parties I had in the game, like how many times I called the kids over to watch the countdown to midnight and celebrate New Year's. And unfortunately, of the 11 times, I only did that 4 times. I'm pretty disappointed in myself for that. Like, that's a lot of New Year's that we did not spend with the Platt family that we could have, but the 4 times that I did call those kids over, I loved that. I love when we can get the Platt family all together, which is why I freaking loved Harvestfests. Getting to have a spooky party is like the most fun. Some of my absolute favorite moments on this channel have been from those spooky parties. So again, we did celebrate 11 Harvestfests. 5 of those Harvestfests happened for the Halloween episodes of the 100 Baby Challenge in real life. They happened around Halloween, super fun. But we actually had 6 Halloween parties. From the very first party that we had with Sarah back at the first house, where we invited Dr. Seema to come to the Halloween party, all the way through to then having parties at the Halloween party place that I built specifically for the Platt family to have their spooky parties at. So much fun. 6 parties, because there was one time where it was May and it was coming up to Harvestfest and I just felt like having a spooky party in the middle of May. So 6 parties, super fun. But the big question that I was very intrigued to know the answer to this one, is how many birthday parties did we celebrate for our kids? We had 100 kids, right? But for each of these kids, there were multiple birthday parties. So we would sometimes have 3 or 4 birthday parties in one episode of the 100 Baby Challenge. So there was a lot of birthday parties. We spent a lot of time blowing out candles. So we actually had 143 birthday parties. Super fun. I love that. I love having the birthday parties. I think it's just nice. Even if all we do for them is literally have people come over, watch them blow out the candles, and then cancel the birthday party. It's just so much fun. I love that. And singing happy birthday to them. It's lovely. But unfortunately, with the celebrations that come with life, there's also the balance of death, and we experienced a lot of loss in the 100 Baby Challenge, especially with things changing throughout when we had neighborhood stories be introduced and all of a sudden our kids could die in accidents. That really elevated the death count of the 100 Baby Challenge. So I do have the statistics for how many of our kids passed away and how many of our kids specifically passed away through neighborhood story deaths. So in this statistic specifically, I do have Christian included in here. So out of 101 kids, even though Christian was not our child, he was still a member of the 100 Baby Challenge, and I treated him like he was our child because he was orphaned very early on in his life. He was still a baby when his adopted father, Peter, passed away. We are going to be talking a little bit more about Peter in a second as well, by the way. But for all of the 101 kids that were involved in the 100 Baby Challenge, we had 68 kids pass away. That is a lot of loss. And that doesn't even include like the parents losing the parents as well. That was a whole separate thing, but 68 kids is a lot of kids. It means there's 32 kids currently left alive in the 100 baby challenge. So Christian is of course involved in that statistic. So without Christian, it means that 67 of our 100 baby challenge kids birthed by either Sarah or Jess passed away. But let's break down the neighborhood story deaths. All death is a little bit tragic, right? But some of these ones were tragically young, dying in tragic circumstances, completely out of the blue. They always rocked me every single time. We did have 11 neighborhood story deaths. So of the 68 deaths that we experienced in the 100 baby challenge, 11 of those were neighborhood story deaths. So the very first neighborhood story death that we had was actually Peter, Christian's adopted father. He was elderly when he died, but it was a neighborhood story death. He died by a killer rabbit. Absolutely heartbreaking that he orphaned Christian, but Christian definitely didn't go without love. The second neighborhood story death that we had was actually Annabelle, our queen of the resistance camp of Star Wars. She actually died via cowplant. The next one actually rocked me to my core though. This was the first tragically young neighborhood story death, and it was Max. We'd only just moved Max out of the house when he passed away. I think it was 4 or 5 sim days since we had moved him out of the house, and he passed away tragically young. He wore winter clothes during a heat wave. The next neighborhood story death that we had was Grace, who died by cowplant. This was another tragically young death, but she had been moved out of the house a little bit longer than Max had, so she got to live a little bit more life. Still absolutely tragic though. The next neighborhood story death that we had was another tragically young one. It was Carly, who died by electrocution. She stuck a fork into an electric socket. You don't do that. She died. And then after Carly came Devin, who, it broke my heart because he was such a sweetheart, and he had a mountain climbing accident. He fell off a mountain while he was climbing it. Absolutely horrific. After Devin, we had Diamond, and this one broke my heart again. Diamond was one of my favorites, and I absolutely adored her, and she died by cowplant. Curse the cowplants for claiming my kids of the 100 baby challenge. After Diamond, we had Lisa, my Melissa Joan Hart looking Lisa, who I also loved and adored. I love all of the kids of the 100 baby challenge, right? But some of them I love just a little smidge more. They're my favorites, and Lisa was one of them. She died by drowning. I think she died by drowning. That's the way the message kind of read to me, is that she died by drowning. After Lisa, we had another one that abso-freaking-lutely broke my heart. It was Jenna. I loved Jenna so much. She was another alternative queen, and she was one of my favorites again. She died by an evil chicken. Curse the evil chickens and the cowplants. Am I right or am I right? The next one we actually had die by another cowplant was another tragically young death, was Finn. We had just gotten him to come and take his prom photo. A couple of days later, he's died by cowplants. And the last neighborhood story death that we had as a part of the 100 baby challenge was tragic in a different way for me. A sim that I hold very, very close to my heart was Goopy. We had him explore the jungle in a spin-off. He was so brave, so fearless. He went through dangers and perils, like I said in that episode of the 100 baby challenge. He went through so much. To then die by embarrassment was kind of tragic. He had also just gotten married at the end of his jungle adventure. He got married in the jungle. It was beautiful. I loved that wedding. I love Goopy so much. Again, he was another one of my favorites, and he is now gone. When your Sims are pregnant, right, their needs go down really, really quickly. So things like the hunger need goes down really quickly, but also your bladder and your energy depletes very, very quickly. And I was just really intrigued to see how many bladder failures we would have and how many times our matriarchs would pass out from exhaustion. So let's start with the bladder failures. We only had 2 bladder failures for our matriarchs of the entire 100 baby challenge. I was so proud of that. Only 2. And they occurred in episode 14. So that was one that Sarah had in episode 14. And then Jess had a bladder failure in episode 78 of the 100 baby challenge. So then for the exhaustions, we had 3 exhaustions. And this specifically is just of the matriarchs, because if I was counting the kids in that, the number would be a little bit higher. I think it'd probably be around 8 or 9 exhaustions if I were including the kids. One was Sarah in episode 9, very early on in the 100 baby challenge, and I actually can remember that very vividly. She'd just been helping Marley and Abby with their homework, and then she went and passed out right in front of her bed. And then we had Jess pass out from exhaustion in episode 48, and then once again in episode 74. And I remember once again, one of those was a cranky Christmas. It may have even been episode 48, was a cranky Christmas with Prudence and Oliver, and we had the worst Christmas. It was like 11:30 at night when they were opening presents. It was a cranky Christmas. I was raging. Speaking of raging though, there were a few times when I had a mental breakdown in the 100 baby challenge. There was just some times where the rage would just get a little bit much, where my stress levels were just a little bit too high, and I would have a mental breakdown. So how many mental breakdowns did I have during the 100 baby challenge? I counted 8. There's probably a couple more, but they were really small. Like these 8 that I have listed here are like big ones, like multiple minute sagas where I was having full on, I cannot cope right now breakdowns. So these breakdowns occurred in episode 10. That was the iconic Phoenix with the freaking monkey bars. I still have trauma from that to this day. Oh my god, Phoenix! Can you play on the monkey bars? Please! My god, my children are driving me crazy. Oh, Phoenix! Phoenix went from being angel child to little disobedient devil. Will someone do what I want them to? Please! So then there was episode 21. I'm excited. Don't cry, Kane. We're nearly there. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Don't cry, please. You're so close to becoming a child. Please don't cry. Then there was episode 25. Who's going to interfere? Sarah needs to do this because I need to have something happen that's Christmassy for today, okay? Lacey, get out. Get out. Get out. Lacey. Get out. What are you doing, Sarah? Stop. All of my kids, stop it. Everyone, I just can't. I can't. This is just the worst day ever. I cannot. And there was episode 28. Josie is about to fall asleep on the floor because I'm the worst parent ever. I just heard someone go, grrr! Like literally me for like the last 20 minutes. Literally me. Did you finish your homework? You did not finish your homework. Finish it, Josie. Finish your homework. Did you finish your homework, Josie? Finish your homework. Josie's falling asleep again because I'm still the worst parent, but I am being adamant something is going to go my way today, and that is going to be her getting her homework done. You are so close. You didn't even finish it then. You were so close. Finish it. And there was episode 29. As for Dale, I'm going to line up a jog to clear mine, so hopefully that will override. It won't. If he stops now, he's going to go to school. Come on, how far away are you? Oh my god, you're so close. Oh my god, please, 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 please. Oh my god. I swear to god, if this works, I'm gonna cry. I swear. Ariella's made it so she can go to school. Oh my god, please, Dale, please. Dale, don't do it, Dale. Dale, no. If you're going to school, no. No, no. He's 3% away from making it to level 3. Then there was episode 39. Oh my fucking god, this child. Wow. Stop. Don't you even think about it, mister. Oh my fucking god, these kids. What is the deal? Oh my god. You're making a mess. I don't understand. I don't understand. Why my kids are just making messes all the time now. Like literally every single spare second that we have, they're making a mess. You're literally getting school performance for watching movies at home. Like what more do you want, honestly? And those are all of the episodes with Sarah being the matriarch. So a lot of these earlier episodes, and I truly feel like it was because I was still trying to get into the rhythm of raising so many kids. Once Jess became the matriarch, I kind of got my act together a little bit more, had some things under control, but we did still have a couple of breakdown moments, notably in episode 70, which was the infant episode. What are you doing, Jess? I swear to God, I swear to freaking God, Jess, put him to sleep. What are you doing? What are you doing now with him? Because Mummy is getting exhausted and me... I have no words. Jessica, how fucking often do I have to tell you to leave the child alone? Leave him alone! Oh my God! What is this woman doing? And episode 89, I counted to be the last time I had a mental breakdown. Jess is not pregnant. No, this has to happen. Try for baby with Killian, please. Oh my God, this entire day has been so testing. I'm trying so hard to not lose my mind right now because for some reason they're not woohooing. I'm gonna reset both of them and I'm gonna reset the bed and we're gonna try this again. I'm pretty furious right now. What about the hot tub? Can we try for baby in the hot tub? Will you please make this make sense? I'm gonna try not to cry. One random little tidbit that I've got here as well is how many fires we had, because you would think that we wouldn't have any. We didn't really have a lot of things going on where we could have had fires, and yet we did. We had 3 fires in the 100 baby challenge. We had a fire in episode 31. Oh my God, oh my God, I'm stressed immediately because Josie is on fire. And then extinguish your daughter, please, Sarah. Oh my God, the firefighters are on their way. Can you please extinguish your daughter? Extinguish her, please. Oh my God, Josie, get the hell out of there. We had a fire in episode 41. What do you mean a fire has started? How? Where? Daniel? Oh my God! Oh my God, how could you have started a fire? Call the freaking fire department, please, Sarah. Oh my God. Daniel! These are the things we lost in the fire. And then the fire of episode 79, where it happened in the freaking roof. Wait, what? A fire has started? Where? No, stop. Hold on. I don't believe you. I think I can hear it. Oh, I think I found it. How? It's in the chimney? I don't know what to do here. I don't, what? Hey, did you know that 83% of you watching right now are not subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you'd be interested in some really fun Sims 4 gameplay, some Sims 4 build videos, some Kaz videos, and a little sprinkle of drama in between, then hit the subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on any of the juicy Sims content that I've got coming your way. But with that being said, let's get back into the video. So as I mentioned earlier in this episode, so much has changed throughout The Sims 4 in the 5 years of the 100 Baby Challenge. We got infants, we got neighborhood stories. Thanks to Lovestruck, dating is completely different now, but even before Lovestruck came out, relationships already had a major overhaul. So some of the changes that we have seen is that through high school years, we actually had teenagers have their own aspirations. Teenagers all of a sudden didn't have to decide what they were doing for the rest of their lives the second that they become teenagers anymore. We actually had 41 teen aspirations, and the most common, we had two that were most common, was Hope versus Order, Star Wars. We had 3 of our teenagers decide that they wanted to do that for their teenage life, and then the other one was actually Mansion Baron, which always was interesting because we lived in a pretty nice house at the time, so they were immediately like completing 3 levels of the aspiration just by living at home. It was fascinating. But then speaking of teenagers and speaking of high school years, we also had things like prom come into play. We unfortunately were only able to attend 4 proms with kids because prom became buggy, and that has been revealed that the reason for that is because the principal had died. So once the principal died, all of a sudden prom just stopped working. That's a bug that has apparently now been fixed. We attended prom with Ariel, and that was the prom where Christian became prom jester. I voted for Christian to be prom jester because Christian was there. That was so fun. So then we went to prom with Everly and Lila, where they both respectively were prom royalty and prom jester. And then we went with Lucas and Hope, who again respectively won prom jester and prom royalty. And then Jasmine and Evan, who also won prom royalty and prom jester. So then of the 41 teenagers that we raised through high school years, we also had some valedictorians, which was so amazing. We had all of those teenagers graduated with at least honors, but we did have 4 valedictorians worthy of a shout out. They were Ariel, Diamond, and Finn, who both passed tragically young. And then the last valedictorian that we had was Xander, our little spellcaster. So then another massive change that happened throughout the 100 Baby Challenge is when Growing Together was released and infants were brought to the base game, but because I had Growing Together, I had this whole extra set of rules for raising infants. It really changed the 100 Baby Challenge. The challenge was already a little bit tricky. It made this challenge incredibly difficult to raising infants with the rules that were made by Snarky Witch, who was the creator of the rules for the 100 Baby Challenge. How many infants did we raise in the 100 Baby Challenge? It was 31. We raised 31 infants. Let's move on to looking at some traits and aspirations. I've left all of this exciting stuff towards the middle section of this video. So, infant traits. Let's just start with the infants, right? So, of the 31 infants, what was our most used trait? I like to think that it was intense, but intense was actually not our most used trait. Our most used trait was actually the complete opposite. It was calm. We had 9 calm infants. Thank you so much to whoever those kids were, because I needed to have that calm. Thank you. Our second most used trait was wiggly, which also was very helpful thanks to all of those infants that had the wiggly trait, because it meant that I only had to practice crawling with them twice instead of 3 times. It was amazing. So then intense was actually not our least used, but we only had 4 intense infants out of 31. So it felt like a lot more than that to me, but I do have to give a really big shout out to Jasmine, Vincent, Goopy, and Tabby for being the 4 intense infants that just tried to make my life a little bit harder. So then if you were curious of the other 3 traits, cautious, sensitive, and sunny, we had 4 cautious infants, and for sensitive and sunny we had 3. So then let's have a look at toddlers, the toddler traits that we have. And I've got some interesting statistics for this one because I was abso-freaking-lutely sure that fussy was going to be the most used toddler trait. So let's break it down. So our least used toddler traits were wild and clingy. We only had 6 wild toddlers and 6 clingy toddlers. Then we had 11 inquisitive toddlers. We had 14 silly toddlers, 14 charmer toddlers, and then the next statistic is angelic. We had 15 angelic toddlers, so I have to give a really big shout out to Phoenix, Ruben, Damien, London, Mitchell, Caitlin, Piper, Taylor, Amanda, Matilda, Lucas, Hope, Jewel, Felix, and Prince for being our 15 angelic toddlers who just tried to make life a little bit easier for me. And on that same vein, let's have a look at the independent trait because we did have 17 toddlerinos that decided they wanted to make my life so much easier by me not having to potty train them. So a big shout out to Dale, Jaden, Leah, Prudence, Cameron, Grace, Ashton, Lisa, Diamond, Scarlett, Evan, Dylan, Skylar, Tabitha, Riley, Naomi, and Izzy for being our independent toddlerinos. Thanks for making my life a little bit easier. That does leave the fussy trait though. So how many fussy toddlerinos did we have? Well, I was freaking correct. Actually, we tied. There was 17 fussy toddlers. So we tied for fussy toddlers with independent. So I was correct in thinking that we had a lot of fussy toddlers though. 17 is a lot. So I have to give a big shout out to Lacey, Lindsay, Kane, Alex, Willow, Ariella, Casey, Oliver, Reese, Amelia, Everly, and Lila, Jasper, Jasmine, Todd, Sam, and Lillian, our last baby Lillian, for being the fussy toddlers who just tried to make life a little bit harder for me. Moving on to children though, child aspirations. When we first started the 100 Baby Challenge, there were only 4 aspirations for kids, but when Growing Together was released, we had another 4 child aspirations come into the game as a part of the multi-skill aspiration, and then there's 4 branches of the multi-skill aspiration. So let's break it down. Obviously, the 4 aspirations that came with Growing Together under the multi-skill aspiration were the least used because we had a lot of gameplay throughout the 100 Baby Challenge that happened before those traits were introduced. So our least used aspiration for the kids throughout the 100 Baby Challenge was the mind and body aspiration. It was only used twice. Then we had creative genius used 4 times. Slumber party animal was also used 4 times. The playtime captain was used 5 times. So that is the multi-skill aspirations accounted for. So then of the 4 base game child aspirations that we had throughout the entire gameplay, we had 19 artistic prodigies. That's pretty iconic if I say so myself. We had 21 rambunctious scamps who wanted to just play on the monkey bars and do some typing and all of that stuff. Then we had 22 whiz kids who were all about the mental stuff, playing with the doctor sets, doing school projects. They loved that kind of stuff. And then the most used child aspiration was actually social butterfly. We had 23 social butterflies. That could never be me. I am an introvert. Thank you very much. So then I've already talked about the teen aspirations. We're gonna actually skip through teenagers now and look at just our young adult sims in general, because I do have lists of the most used traits that we used and the most used aspirations for our young adult sims. So let's take a look. Our most used aspiration. I was freaking correct in thinking that it was Hope versus Order from the Star Wars pack. We already used it 3 times for teenagers, but we used it 7 times for young adults, making a total of 10 times used in the 100 Baby Challenge. And I shouldn't complain because it did lead to Hazel and Annabelle going off and actually playing through Hope versus Order, and I had so much fun doing that. So it's definitely not a complaint, it's just I was looking for more variety for our young adult sims, that's all. So then let's have a look at traits, because You guys, I already know you want to know how many evil Sims we had. I will get to that in a second because I've got some shout outs that I need to give. Firstly, I'm going to give a shout out to the 2 Sims that decided that they could not stand children. If they'd been around too many children in their upbringing and they decided that they hated children. So those 2 Sims were Annabelle and Ariel. It's fine, but that was just interesting that we had 2 Sims that they decided that they hated children. I also have to give a big shout out to 4 kids who decided they were gonna make my life harder by being high maintenance. I absolutely freaking cannot stand the high maintenance trait, as I learnt throughout the 100 Baby Challenge. So I've got to give a big shout out to Lisa, Hope, Scarlett, and Addie, who were all high maintenance Sims. So then I'm going to give a shout out to the 8 loner children who decided that they just not only couldn't handle kids, they just couldn't handle anyone. They just didn't want to be around anyone. They'd been around too many people and they'd had enough. So the 8 kids, Marley, Crystal, Phoenix, Trey, Caitlin, Matilda, Natalie, and Felix, who all had the loner trait. And then we've got 7 kids who decided to make life a little bit more interesting by being erratic. So these 7 kids who liked talking to themselves, they had mood swings like the voices in their heads were speaking the language of love, a la Canto Whirly. That's one of my favorite little moodlets that we got from the erratic trait. So these 7 kids that we had that were erratic were Ariella, Jaden, Chelsea, Carly, Lisa, Dylan, and Mickey. So then, interestingly enough, we had 9 kids that decided they were just gonna be mean. They did not want to be nice people. So the 9 Sims that we had that were mean were Damien, Josie, Matt, Eric, Ariel, Matilda, Dylan, Jewel, and Sam. And then on the flip side, we had 7 of our kids decide that they were gonna be good, which is interesting. So we had Eve, Amelia, Everly, Evan, Addie, Felix, and Alice decide they were gonna be good. It's interesting that Alice was good because Sam was mean. Not that good necessarily means that they're friendly, but that's just what I associate. Like if you're a good person, you're friendly, they kind of go together. There's 2 more traits that I need to give a shout out to. So we actually had 6 Sims that decided they were gonna be kleptomaniacs. So we already know who one of them is, right? But who are all of the kids that we had be kleptomaniacs? We had Elliot, Phoenix, Brenton, Jess, of course, Piper, and Josh. And then the last trait I've got to give a shout out to, we're answering the question, how many evil kids did we have? We had a lot, but evil was not actually our most used trait. I'll get to that in just a moment. But how many evil kids did we have in the 100 Baby Challenge? We had 10. We officially hit double digits of the evil kids in the 100 Baby Challenge. So evil was actually our second most used trait, very interestingly enough. So who were our evil kids? They were Molly, Caleb, Hazel, Jess, of course, Angelica, Chelsea, Christian I did include in this list as well because that officially felt like it made him a part of the Platt family is when he was evil. Amanda, Lucas, Eliza, and Skylar, all of our evil kids. If evil was not our most used trait, what was it? Well, I was very surprised to learn that we had 16 Sims be music lovers. Our most used trait, music lover, Sims after my own heart, as I am also a music lover. So that was just really nice. Not expected at all. I really thought evil was going to be our most. And if it wasn't for music lover, then evil would have been our most used trait of the 100 Baby Challenge. I kind of feel like I need to start closing up the 100 Baby Challenge, alright? Wrapping it in a nice little bow. We did have the Platt family wedding in the last episode of the 100 Baby Challenge. I told you that I was going to take some wedding photos in my spare time, and I did, and they're so freaking beautiful. So I'm just going to include a slideshow, like a montage of all of the beautiful wedding photos of Jess and Keanu's wedding. If you want to skip those photos and move back into some more gameplay, you can skip to this time in the video, but please do enjoy these beautiful photos of Jess and Keanu's wedding. I had so much fun photographing them. All right, you guys, here we are indeed back into the 100 baby challenge. You'll see I've got Jess's genealogy pulled up because I have not looked at the Platt family tree since the 50th episode of the 100 baby challenge. That was 42 episodes ago. It was massive back then. It's going to be freaking huge. You see, it's still loading. Look how long it just goes on. It just goes on forever. But I want to try and do what I did in the 50th episode and name every single one of these kids if I can. So with that being said, I'm not going to be editing this portion of the video at all. You're going to see my mouse the entire time. I'm going to click on Sarah because we're going back to Sarah's point of view. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that's Christian all the way over here because he's Peter's adopted son. Why is he so far away though? I don't think that's very fair, but anyway, it's fine. And it just keeps going this way. It doesn't end. It just keeps going. Anyway, I'm going to do the top row first because the top row will be all of Sarah's kids. So I'm going to do from here to here for the minute. And let's see who we've got. So we've got... Oh my god, they're not in chronological order. It's fine. Also, we've got some of them that have not ghostly photos. That's interesting. But anyway, here we go. We've got Annabelle, Hazel, London and Stacy, and they tried to trick me because it's Stacy and then London. That's the chronological order, but this is London, this is Stacy. Then I'm pretty sure that's Matt and Jaden. Is that Matt though? I can't, the photo. It is Matt. Okay, no worries, because that ghostly photo just kind of threw me for a second, but Matt and Jaden. Then there's Casey. Then, oh god, these two, they're Brenton and Damien. I know the names, but I don't know which one's which. And they don't have their hair anymore. They're bald. I must have had custom content here for them and I must have removed it from the game. Anyway, it's totally fine. So I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna have to guess. So I'm gonna say this is Brenton and this is Damien. Oh, it is Brenton and Damien. That was an absolute guess. Totally fine. So then we've got Phoenix and Crystal. We've got Chloe and Dale. On a roll so far. Let's get the next lot of kids. So after Dale, we're going to go here to here. So we've then got Ariella. We've got Reagan, we've got Sage, we've got Peter, we've got Bronson and Mitchell. And again, they tried to trick me because it was Mitchell then Bronson, but that is Bronson and that is Mitchell. Then we've got Ruben and Elliot, we've got Caitlin, we've got Marley and Abby, we've got Corey and Morgan. Okay, I'm kind of killing it right now. Oh, but I can already see, I think this is where it's gonna all go bad. So this is the last of Sarah's kids that we've got in this top row right here. So I'm pretty sure that's Lindsay. It was Lindsay that had the swoopy hair. Yes, because she was flirting with all of the dads. So that's Lindsay, yes? Yes, that's Lindsay, fantastic. So then we've got Treyman. And then we've got Brody and Alex, but I don't remember which one's Brody and I don't remember which one's Alex. Oh god, I don't know. I'm gonna guess again and I'm gonna say Brody and Alex. So Brody? No! Okay, but like I knew the names, so that's Brody and that's Alex. But I knew the names, right? I just didn't know which one was which. I'm gonna give myself a half point for that because at least I remembered the names. So then we've got Jess, we've got Leah, we've got Eve. I was gonna say Josie, but that's Josie. So this is Eve. Yes, Eve, Josie. And then we've got Kane and Caleb, and it's the same thing as with Brody and Alex. I know the names Kane and Caleb, but which one's Kane and which one's Caleb? I'm gonna guess. I can't remember. I think maybe it was Caleb with the swoopy fringe. I think. So I'm gonna guess Caleb and Kane. Damn it! I should have gone with my guts. Anyway, it's fine. So again, I knew the name, so I'm going to give myself another half point for those two. So then we've got Willow, We've got Lacey and Molly. So that's all of Sarah's kids. I knew all the names. I just got a couple of the orders mixed up though. So then, like I said before, we do have Christian over here on his own. So let's line up the first of Jess's kids now. We're looking at the bottom row. So let's have a look at the bottom row. So we have Xander, our spellcaster. We've got Matilda and Raven. We've got Finn! Oh, Finn! Oh, who died tragically young. We've then got the girls, Naomi, Isabel, and Lillian. We've got Amanda and Kyle. We've got Lisa and Jeremy. And they tried to do a heckin' trick of me because it was Jeremy then Lisa. So Lisa then Jeremy. Then we've got Scarlett and Helena. I'm kind of killing it. I'm doing way better than I thought I would, honestly. This is the next lot of Jess's kids right here. I'm nervous anyway. So we've got Jasper, we've got Addie, we've got Noah, we've got Skylar and Tabitha, we've got Amelia and Grace. Goopy, that's Goopy. It's the ghostly pictures are hard to see, but that's Goopy and Jewel and Todd, Mr. Todd. How could I forget Mr. Todd, even if only for a second? Okay. I think it's Reese and Chelsea. I think it was Chelsea that had the bobbed hair and it was like this brown roots with the icy blue. Chelsea? Yes, Chelsea. And then we do have Prudence, of course. I am doing way better than I thought I would. The next lot over here. Beautiful. So we've got Oliver, of course. We've got Riley and Felix. We've got Natalie and Diamond. We've got Cameron and Piper. We've got Jenna and Eliza. We've got Hope and Lucas. We've got Taylor and Carly. I am killing it. Why am I doing so well? This is crazy. Doing way better than I thought I would. This is the next lot of Jess's kids. It just keeps going. It doesn't end. It just keeps going. We've got Eric. We've got Rebecca. We've got Mickey and Thomas. We've got Hamish and Andy. It is actually Hamish and Andy in this order as it's seen here. We've got Ariel. We've got Max and Josh. We've got Valerie and Prince. We've got Dylan and Vincent. I nearly said it the wrong way round, but I got it right. That's Dylan, yes? And Vincent. Beautiful. So then the next lot. Okay, so this is the last lot. Oh my god, I'm doing really well. I'm doing so well. I can't believe it. Anyway, so we've got Angelica, then Sam and Alice, then Lila and Everly, then Evan and Jasmine, and Devin and Ashton. I knew all the names. I just got things a little bit mixed up with Brody and Alex and Kane and Caleb. This massive family tree. Wow. You guys, I had a great big list of things that I wanted to share with you in this video, but I completely freaking forgot that I actually have a little gift for you. If you've ever been watching me play the 100 Baby Challenge and you've thought to yourself, wow, I'd really like to play with these Sims myself, well, now you can, because I have gone through and made nearly every single child of the 100 Baby Challenge downloadable on the gallery. So if we have a look here, this is my library. We start down here with Marley and Abby, working our way through the ranks. You'll be seeing all the familiar faces of our kids from the 100 Baby Challenge. There's so many here. So if you ever wanted me to do a spin-off with some of these kids and I never did it, now you can do it yourself. So they will look slightly different to how they looked in the 100 Baby Challenge, and that is because I use a custom content skin overlay and I also use a default eye replacement, and in order to upload these Sims to the gallery, I've not included those things. These Sims only use Sims 4 pack content. They do not use any custom content at all. A good example of that is Jess. I had to make her so that she did not include any custom content, which was difficult because the majority of Jess's outfits, the majority of Jess's look was all custom content. So I replaced her iconic hairstyle with a hairstyle that looks kind of similar enough. With that being said, there's unfortunately 12 kids of the 100 baby challenge that I was not able to do this for. By the time I started collecting the kids and making them ready to be able to share with you on the gallery, we had unfortunately permanently lost 12 of the kids. They had well and truly died in the 100 baby challenge, but also their spirits had moved on. So I couldn't even call them back as ghosts and give them ambrosia like I had to for a couple. So the list of kids that unfortunately I was not able to save and I am not able to share with you, Ruben, Elliot, Caleb and Kane, Brody and Alex, Lindsay, Eve, Josie, Brenton and Damien, and Willow. So unfortunately, those 12 kids are not available. But with that being said, there is every single other kid that we ever had in the 100 Baby Challenge here, all ready for you to download and play with for yourself if you would like. If you would like to do that, my gallery ID is sezrawrr, the exact same way it is spelled here. And you'll find them all by their names. So Goopy and Jewel, for example, then Xander Platt, Helena, Scarlett, and Jasper. Just go to my gallery, you won't miss them. Alright, so with that being said, we're tying the 100 Baby Challenge into a beautiful little bow because now it's all about Lilly. And I've actually given Lilly an adult makeover, so let's have a quick look at her outfits, and then I'm going to introduce what Lillian's gameplay is going to be for the next generation of the Platt family. So straight away, let's just come in and take a look at her face. I've given her a makeover with some makeup and some accessories. So like I mentioned in the last episode of the 100 Baby Challenge, I wanted Lillian to be a little bit more pastel goth. So I've given her some lighter makeup. It's still a little bit intense. It's got some blushy pinky tones and it just looks absolutely beautiful. She's so beautiful, Lillian. She's stunning. The Platt family has beautiful genetics, if I do say so myself. So then this is her first everyday wear outfit. You will see the hints of a couple of tattoos because Lilly, she's got some tattoos, only a couple, but I kept the same dress and the same shoes. I just added some custom content tights to them. But let's go through and have a look at the rest of her outfits. This is everyday wear number 2. So this dress from high school years, absolutely beautiful. Getting a little hint of some more of the tattoos that she's got. So freaking pretty. Then everyday wear number 3 is this outfit. We do have this top from the Goth Galore kit. This skirt is a custom content skirt made by Trilike, and the Goth Stomper boots I love. Look at the chest piece tattoo we've got that comes with the base game. Beautiful. And then the arm tattoo that she's got is actually custom content. So I love it. Looks so beautiful. Then for her 4th everyday wear outfit, we do have the jacket, the leather jacket from the Goth Galore kit, and these pants are actually from the Urban Homage kit. Super cute. I love the laciness of them. These custom content shoes, kind of freaking iconic if I say so myself. And for her last everyday wear outfit, we've got again all Goth Galore kit. I really wanted to use the Goth Galore kit because I like the elements that come with it. Do I think they're gothic? Not really, but I like a lot of alternative fashion and I really like the options that we got from that kit. Moving on to her formal wear, and I did give her a little bit of an upgrade from the formal wear she had. It has kind of similar vibes to what her formal wear was as a teenager. It's just the custom content version. And honestly, this dress is the same dress that Jess wore in her elderly days. It's just in this blush pink color. It comes with these matching gloves that are just so amazing. Scentate, incredible. I love everything by Scentate. So then we've got this beautiful flower crown as well. Moving on to her athletic wear, and I gave her just a slight bit of an upgrade for her athletic wear. We've got some pink, but we've also got some black, and that is just pretty basic for her athletic wear. For her sleepwear, we've got 5 options once again. So I've got this beautiful lingerie set by Jollibean. I love the hearts, absolutely cute with the little tighty that have some rips in them. beautiful. Her second sleepwear is this robe, which is the robe that Jess wore, but in pink. It's pretty iconic, if I do say so myself. Her third sleepwear, we've got this dress by Aretha B. It gives me very feminine vibes. For her fourth sleepwear, we've got this little romper with the laciness, again made by Sentate, amazing. And her last sleepwear option is from the same set, but it's a nightgown instead of a romper, made by Sentate. For her party wear, we've got a couple of options. I could not go past this absolutely gorgeous little heart dress. And then we do have a couple of options that are actually part of the Sims 4. This jacket is a part of the Sims 4 game. This skirt is custom content. It matches so freaking beautifully. I love that for her party wear. And her last party wear is actually this one. This corset, kind of amazing. And then the same skirt once again. So for her swimwear, we've got this beautiful custom content bikini, the pink and the black. It's giving kind of like a bat vibes and I love it. I think it's beautiful. For her hot weather wear, we've got this incredible outfit. We've got this top that is part of the Love Struck pack. This skirt and these shoes are both made by Trillac. I love Trillac. Absolutely gorgeous for her first little hot weather wear. For her second hot weather wear outfit, we've got some goth galore stuff and the same shoes made by Trillac. For her cold weather wear, the first option, we've got this incredible custom content coat made by Sentate. The boots are also made by Sentate, amazing. And for her second cold weather wear, we've got the Goth Galore kit trench coat. I had to go with the trench coat in the pink. It looks adorable. So that is Lilly's makeover. We're gonna see all of these outfits a lot coming up, but with that being said, the time has come to announce what is the next generation of the Platt family gonna be. I actually gave you guys a little hint of what it's gonna be in the last episode of the 100 Baby Challenge. At the point that I'm filming this, no one has guessed what it is, because I said in the pinned comment, let me know what you think it might be based on any little things that you see, and no one's left me a comment on it. So maybe my hint wasn't obvious enough. It was a very small hint, to be fair. So with that being said, I'm very excited to tell you that Lillian is going to be a matriarch for the Occult Baby Challenge. Did you really think that I was gonna be done having babies? I only just perfected infants and toddlerinos. I've got to put all that I've learnt into use. And Lillian, having come from a family that has been all about having babies, she's learned a thing or two from her dear old mum. She wants to have occult babies. She wants to have a mermaid. She wants to have a spellcaster. She wants to have a vampire. She wants to have an alien. And a whole range of others as well. I have seen a couple of playthroughs of the Occult Baby Challenge and I am ridiculously excited to get started with the Occult Baby Challenge. So with that being said, the last episode of the 100 Baby Challenge, we did not have a Halloween party with the Platt family. We're gonna be having a Platt family Halloween with the Occult Baby Challenge because the Occult Baby Challenge will be premiering on Halloween, the 31st of October. I'm super excited for it and I'm hoping that you are as excited as I am for it. But there's one thing that I need to do right now in order to prepare for it, and that is move Lilly out of the Platt family household. We're actually currently in a brand new save. I moved the 100 Baby Challenge house into a brand new save so that I can start again with Lilly. I do have a house prepared for Lilly. I am this close to finishing decorating it. So we're going to go and take a look. We're going to move her in and we're going to go and take a look at where we're going to be spending the time with Lilly. All right, so here we go. We've got Miss Lilly in her own home, right? We are going to need to give her some money. You'll see the Platt family has a little bit more money than they did when we left them. That's because Lilly kind of needs a little bit more money to move into her house. Lilly is moving on up in the world. We're in the second wealthiest neighborhood in Oasis Springs currently, but Lilly is moving to the wealthiest neighborhood of Oasis Springs. She's got this big, beautiful home. She's going to need about $290,000, I think. So we're gonna give her $290,000. We're gonna leave this Platt family with 12,000 simoleons, and I'm gonna show you where Lily's gonna move into. I'm so freaking excited. So we have the Platt family house here, Hayden's Corner. It's over here, right? Lillian's house. It is where the land grabs used to live. They do not live there anymore. I bulldozed their house in order for this beautiful home. It cost 280,000 simoleons, but I gave me an extra 10,000 simoleons so I can finish decorating it. So we're going to start with the listing on the gallery. This is the big legacy family home made by Simsalabim's. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly. Would you look at this beautiful photo though? Absolutely incredible. This is a massive home. It's on a 50 by 50 lot, 7 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. Let's have a look at how they have it here really quickly, because I have actually made some changes to this home just to suit my needs for what's coming in the Occult Baby Challenge. It is incredible though. You cannot see very much of it here, but what you can see is we've got some beautiful pink flowers here. We've got a black roof, and I feel like this home was perfect for Lily because we've got some of these options that are more black, that are a little bit more modern, but then we've got the beautiful pink with the flowers as well. I feel like this home is perfect for Lily. It's so beautiful. So this is the home as it is currently in Oasis Springs. Just look at how beautiful that is, would you? Oh my freaking goodness gracious, it's stunning. In typical me fashion, I've put string lights everywhere. You'll see that they're lining the lot, so we may as well come and have a look at the backyard and stuff first while we're looking at these string lights, right? Because there is this incredible pool that looks like an infinity pool, right? I don't know how that works, but it looks just incredible. It's very luxurious house. The Platt family have worked so hard for Lily to then be able to enjoy some of the Platt family's legacy and honestly create her own legacy. I think this is a beautiful home. So let's take a look at what we've got on the inside though. So when you walk through the front door, this is what you see. This space is freaking massive. The Platt family home that we had in the 100 Baby Challenge was white and black, and it felt kind of dark. I wanted this one to have elements of black, but I wanted it to feel very light and bright. So we've got a lot of these wood accents with some black trim, and then we do have this beautiful moon and jewels wallpaper from the Crystal Creations kit, because I did mention in the 100 Baby Challenge that I want Lily to be using the Crystal Creations kit in order to make money. We do have a little lounge area over here, some beautiful pink vibes. Got some basic skill options over here, and then we've got this little seating area over here with some shelving. I want to do like I did in the dining room of Jess's house. I want to have the kids' photos on this shelving here. So then we've got this great big double doors here on the ground floor. This is actually the toddlerino's room. So we recently had the storybook nursery kit come out, and there was some options in there that were absolutely beautiful, like these beds with the little canopies. So freaking beautiful. But a lot of the stuff that comes with the storybook nursery kit I feel would have been perfect for Jess and her tastes. Not so much for Lily's taste. We do have some beautiful pastel colors in it, but I haven't really used a lot of the storybook nursery kit in this build, that's all. But we do have some toddler beds, we've got some potties, and then we do have some skill stuff for the toddlerinos. We've got the imagination play tent, we've got Uni and the Yeti from the werewolves pack as well. Through this door we have a little bathroom. I wanted to go with some pastel elements in here, so we've got this like pastel green, like this minty green for all of the bathrooms. The herringbone I'm a bit of a sucker for. I really like this space. I've got some cluttering still to do on some shelves in here. This door here is actually the infant's room. So at the moment in here we've got a green vibe, like this minty green once again. We've got some stuff from the storybook nursery kit. We've got a couple of cribs. I don't want triplets in this challenge. I definitely don't. On the ground floor though, continuing on, we've got this door across from the infant's room. This is another bathroom, just like a family bathroom, shared space, easy access for everyone. And then we've got this hallway. This leads to the kitchen. We're going to be having more kids, so birthday parties are going to be a big feature. And I actually made a designated birthday party area. So we're going to be having birthdays here, right here. The birthday cake is going to go in the middle of that table, and this is going to be a special little spot to actually celebrate the kids' birthdays, like a dedicated birthday spot. I just thought that was a really cute way to use this space. We're going to take a look at our beautiful kitchen. Our beautiful pastel pink kitchen. I wanted this house to be bright and light and obviously a little bit pastel. So we've got some pastel pink in our beautiful fully furnished kitchen from Miss Lilly. I love the flower garlands hanging from the roof. They're so freaking pretty. And then if we take a swing around from our massive pink kitchen, we do have our dining space as well. Super nice. I really like this space. It's very pretty. Now, honestly, upstairs isn't very furnished. We don't have a lot of money. This is all hallway here anyway, so a great big hallway. All of these doors lead to bedrooms or bathrooms. All of the bedrooms this way are empty because I want to be furnishing these bedrooms as we're having kids, because I want to furnish them based on the occult types. So when we have a vampire kid, I want to use all of the stuff from the vampires pack in decorating their room and stuff. So all of these bedrooms, one here, and then another one here, empty once again. But then heading back towards this end, we've got some stairs that lead up to the third story, but we also have this door here. Through this door is actually access to Lily's bedroom. It's also the door that leads into the newborns room. I wanted them to have their own newborns space. So this is the newborns room. Very cute with the pinky purpley bluey vibes. And then through these pink double doors, you might be guessing that that is in fact Lillian's bedroom. It is. So walking through the doors, this is Lily's bedroom. I have had so much fun decorating this house. It's been interesting. It's been a challenge, but I've really, really enjoyed it. It's a very feminine space, this space. I really, really like it. So then through this door, we have Lillian's ensuite bathroom, which does still need to be cluttered a little bit more. And at the moment, all we have up here on the third floor is this photo booth, because I want to be taking prom photos of all of the kids pretending that they're going to prom, because not all of them are going to be able to go to prom. But I want to pretend. So they're all going to have prom photos be taken in this photo booth. That's all I've got up here. But I would like this space to be a skill building space. Each different occult child has its own set of rules, right? Of things we have to accomplish for that child. I'll explain more in the first episode of the Occult Baby Challenge, but we're going to need a whole range of different skill building stuff, and this is going to be the space for it. We do also have what could be another bedroom if I need it in here, but at the moment, I don't need it. And then we've got this beautiful patio space, this rooftop patio space. Abso-freaking-lutely incredible. I need to put some like lounge chairs and things out here, I reckon. But with that being said, you guys, that is the new Platt family house. Ready to go for the Occult Baby Challenge. I am so freaking excited, and I hope that you are excited as well. So yes, Lillian is going to be starting her own challenge, right? Like we've got the Occult Baby Challenge, it's going to be all set up, right? But the Platt family is coming with her on this journey. Like we've still got the Platt family living over here, just the four of them now in the old Hayden's Corner Platt family home. And then if we go and have a look at San Myshuno and we have a look down here, you'll see that both of the Platt family apartments are here. You'll see that all of the Platt family kids that are still alive from the 100 Baby Challenge are here. We've got both of those Platt family apartments. We've got both of these Platt family apartments here, all with our kids in it. Super exciting. You may notice though that Helena isn't here. We've got Scarlett and Jasper here, but Helena's not here. And that's because now we are in a new save. I've been able to combine the 100 Baby Challenge universe with the 100 Baby Challenge spin-off universe. So if we go to Glimmerbrook, you'll see that we do have our Halloween party place, our spooky bar, so that we can have our Halloween party on October 31st. I'm very excited for that. But you'll also see Helena here with Luna in her house from her spin-off when she went to become a spellcaster. So I've been able to combine both of those universes into the one. So Helena now lives here. And then it does also mean if we go into Moonwood Mill, Jeremy's here. Jeremy died in the 100 Baby Challenge universe, but in the 100 Baby spin-off universe, he's an immortal werewolf. So he's still alive in that universe, and he'll be alive forever. So I brought him back into this universe, so he's back alive. Yay, Jeremy! Welcome back to the land of the living, being an immortal werewolf. And then if we go into Forgotten Hollow, and you'll see here with our Forgotten Hollow weddings venue where Jess got married, you'll see the Vitor household, which just so freaking happens to have Chloe and Caleb. It has Dale and Ariella. It has Evie from Chloe's 100 Baby spin-off becoming a vampire, and it also has Chloe and Caleb's kids, Winter, Rain, and Storm Vitor. They're all grown up. They're vampires themselves now. Everyone that we have possibly alive is here ready for the Occult Baby Challenge. The Platt family will see you on the 31st of October. And guys, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for hanging around. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my wonderful little community, and thank you for being a part of the Platt family's lives. The 100 Baby Challenge really wouldn't have happened without you guys. From the requests that you guys gave me, thank you. I appreciate it. To you supporting me through all of the insanity of the 100 Baby Challenge. Like, you guys were as much a part of it as I was, and I just thank you for that. It's meant a lot to me that you guys have loved the Platt family as much as I love the Platt family, and I hope you're as excited for the Occult Baby Challenge as I am. So if you would like to see the beginning of the Occult Baby Challenge or any other Sims content that I've got coming your way, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell next to it to be notified of every time that I upload. And if you liked this video, let me know by hitting the like button down below and leave me a comment as well. Leave me the alien head emoji in the comments down below, just to let me know you got this far in the video, you enjoyed hearing some statistics from the 100 Baby Challenge, and that you are excited to see the Occult Baby Challenge. But guys, I hope you're having the greatest day ever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!